Welcome to today's Best You Challenge. Today's challenge is going to set a tone for the next week or so, really building a foundation for the upcoming challenges. And today's challenge is to become vulnerable, to commit to vulnerability, not just today, but every day. And when you commit to vulnerability, you're committing to being truthful of who you are and how you feel. Unfortunately, in our culture, we have a belief system that if we seem vulnerable, then we're weak. It's actually the opposite. To be vulnerable and be truthful of who you are and how you're feeling is actually very courageous. And so being vulnerable allows people to connect with you on a very different level. And being vulnerable also allows you to grow and flourish more quickly because you're not lying any longer about who you are or how you feel. Those who criticize and judge people who are vulnerable are actually extremely out of tune with who they are. So if you come across those people, just know that they're out of tune with who they are and they're living in a state of judgment and that they're in a high ego state, meaning a high fear zone. They're living in a high fear zone, and so they're going to judge no matter what comes along their way. And so being vulnerable actually allows you to connect with people on a way deeper level. For me, my career actually went to the next level when I began to really embrace that vulnerability is the true way of connectivity between people, to engage, to actually allow people to see who you are, not just what their perception, their outward perception of who you are in their mind. So today's commitment of being vulnerable is to be truthful about how you feel about things. Even knowing, though, that in that truth it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just truthful about how you feel. Be vulnerable with other people about what your weaknesses are, what your fears are, what your past is, and it will empower you to make you so much stronger in the future. And it will allow people to see you in such a greater perspective. You will be amazed at how different your perception of other people will be and theirs of you will be, and how many more deeper connections you can make with people personally and professionally, which obviously is going to make you way more effective in business and way more effective in your relationships personally and professionally. I look forward to hearing lots of good feedback on this topic, especially those who have feared vulnerability for a long time, who have seen it as weakness. Please know that stepping into the space is actually the greatest sign of courage. Have a great day.